Blazer door hinge pin temporary fix. Is your door sagging, hard to close, or is in my case falling off? Hello, today I'm going to show you how I made this temporary fix on this Blazer door hinge pin. In this case, it all has to do with this missing pin. Let me take you inside so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. This pin is what holds this hinge together. It comes up underneath here, and you can see this nut is welded on. This is how this Blazer came when I bought it. This was repaired once before by welding this nut on. This pin has to slide up underneath. Right, I'm picking this up where I left off last night. As I mentioned, this nut is welded on to the brace to the door. Why they did this originally, I'm not sure. Now, this is just a temporary fix. This hinge and the bushings that go in, you could pick it up for about anywhere from $4 to $8 a piece. I'm going to have the link down below on Amazon where you could pick these up. I believe I saw a 4-pack for $12 or $13, but it'll be in the link down below. And I'm going to buy that 4-pack because I bought this truck about 5 years ago. I don't know how long this has been on, but it's been on at least 5 years. But the bushings are shot. They're all shot. And the door sags. So if you have a sagging door and you have to lift when you close it, it's these bushings that are either missing or worn out. And it's not that hard of a fix. But for now, this is a temporary fix because I have to get this Blazer and trailer out of here today. I have to finish unloading the pallets that I picked up, and I have a couple other loads I have to get today. And what I'm going to do is weld this nut on top of the pin. You need something up here. Normally a clip goes on here, but I don't know what was holding on before. I don't know if the clip was there because I can't even see. When I pull this pin out, there is a recess for the clip to go in, but it's not sticking through over here. I'm not sure what was holding it on originally. Now, I'm not going to weld it to the nut that's on here because when you open and close this door, I think it has to pivot. And I'm not sure if that's going to cause a problem. So what I did, I used a rat tail file or a chainsaw file, and I just cut a little groove into the top of the pin. I got this old rusty nut. I cleaned up the top and bottom, and I used this file on the inside of it to get rid of some of the rust. And my idea of this temporary fix, and I keep saying temporary because this isn't the way to do it, because I still need the bushings in here, is to put this nut on top and weld the nut to the top of the pin, and that should just hold it. This pin, with the weight of the door, doesn't go anywhere, but as soon as the weight of the door is off this pin, it drops down. So I just need something to hold it on top. I had a lag bolt that I was going to put in that sticks slightly above the top of this nut where I could put a nut onto it, but it didn't fit through, and I don't know if I start drilling this what other problems I might have. You see this hood is up? Before you even think about taking your welder out, disconnect your battery. If you don't, you might not have a working vehicle afterwards. When you weld on the vehicle, if you don't disconnect the battery, you can do a lot of damage to your onboard computer. Now, I just disconnected the negative side, which if you're going to disconnect both leads, you always disconnect the negative first, and you always put on the positive first. Make sure it's away from the terminal. And this is a good time. It's in November now. It's the end of November. Good time to check your terminals. Make sure there's no corrosion, so you have the cranking amps as the weather gets cold. And today I'm just going to use this Harbor Freight flux core welder. Just going to give it a couple of tack welds in there. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll show you whether it's going to hold or not. Now, what I did to hold this door open and to get a good ground, I use this pair of vice grips to hold on to the pin and I connected my ground cable onto it. Gave me a good ground. I didn't have to stick the clamp in there, and it held the door open. Now let's see if this is going to work. Okay, it closes, and the pin's holding in. Now when I go to put the new pin in, hey, you can see where I missed here. When I go to put the new pin in, I'm just going to hit this with a grinder, and if I can't get the grinder on the top, I can always just cut it right off. So it's cooled off. Yeah, it's cooled off now. So this is working for the time being till I get the new parts in. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to post them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, pass it along to someone else who may be able to use it. And if you're going to order these pins, if you could use the link I have down below, it's an Amazon link. It tracks back to my channel. I do get a small commission when you go through that link for whatever you buy, whether it be these pins or anything else. If you don't have Amazon, I also have a link down below where you could get a 30-day free trial at no cost. You get all the benefits. You can use it for 30 days. Before the 30 days is up, if you don't want to pay for it, because you have to give them your credit card up front, if you don't want to pay for it, cancel it out before the 30 days. If you do decide to keep it, just let it go, and it'll charge you a monthly fee. You could cancel at any time. I also want to mention they do give discounts for various reasons, such as being a student and so on. Check it out and see if it works for you. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe. Hit that Joe Z icon and ring the bell not to miss my videos as I upload them. Until next time, everyone, stay safe.